Watching this video is going to make you money. I've only been doing this for about a year and I've already saved about $1,000, and I have enough value stored up to save $2,000, $3,000, maybe even $4,000 or $5,000. Sound interesting? Let's get into it. What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brad and this channel is all about optimizing your life. And today we're talking about credit card churning. As of today, I actually have 8 credit cards. 4 of them I opened this year. And it's because I stumbled upon credit card churning. Earlier this year, I was able to travel to Ireland totally free. And I already have enough credit card points across a few different cards to send me on, I think 2 or 3 international trips and hotel stays for about 2 weeks. In a previous video, I talked about why it's not bad to have this many credit cards, and in fact, it's sort of a good thing. You're probably also wondering if my credit score has just tanked, but right now I have over 800. I opened 4 cards this year, I saw the dip, and it's already recovered. Now, if you think this is a scam or it's too risky to get into, then no, it's not a scam. And actually, yes, it can be a little risky. It really just depends on your level of financial discipline. That being said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is purely for educational purposes, so do your own research and proceed at your own risk. So I always knew that you could open credit cards to get rewards or something like that, but I never actually did my own research to figure out how to take advantage of the points, and I also never knew how rewarding it could be. So about 5 years ago, I traveled to Israel for the first time. And since then, I have started to get into more and more travel. And every year, I wanted to do more and more. So I started looking for ways to get cheaper flights, comparing hotels, Airbnbs, and just figuring out anything that I could do to make it more possible. And eventually I came across travel hacking and credit card churning. Although I'm using this for travel, you can actually do this for cashback rewards, online shopping, and a few other things. So if you're not taking advantage of this, it's basically like you're just throwing away money, or as I like to say, you're living suboptimally. Now you might be wondering, well, I can't travel right now, so what's the point? But right now is actually the best time because you can accumulate points, and once you're ready to travel in the future, you'll just have them sitting there ready to go, and then you'll be flying somewhere for free. Oh, hey, I was just eating some kimchi and about to do some credit card churning. So when you're ready to start churning, it literally is just a matter of you getting online, looking at all the different banks, and comparing all the perks that each card has. So the first decision you should make is going to be, what type of churning do you want to do? Do you want cash back? Do you want to do travel? Are you interested in getting a companion pass? There's all kinds of different perks. So look through them all and figure out what sounds interesting to you. And then you can start comparing different cards and see what makes the most sense. Now I pulled up a site called The Points Guy. I'm a big fan of this site because they pull out all the relevant details that you'd probably be looking for and display them in the same format. So instead of logging into the Venture website and the Chase website and the American Express website, all you have to do is go to this one place and they're gonna show you everything in the same format and you can compare it all side by side. So if we look over here, we can see that these are some of their favorite cards. Up here we have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Amex Gold card. So for example, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, this comes with an 80,000 point offer, and it's only a $95 annual fee. Now, all or most cards will give you points rather than cash, and you can redeem those points at different values, and it's sort of up to them what those points value can be. So they've done a lot of the calculations behind the scenes to figure out what is the actual dollar value you're getting, because for one bank, 1,000 points might be worth a lot more or a lot less than another bank with that same 1,000 points. If we look at the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you can see it has a bonus value of $1,600. And I know that those points have decent cash back value, but very high travel value. In addition to that, with the $95 annual fee, you're also getting extra points on Lyft rides, double points on dining and travel. And there's also, not on this page, but there's a bunch of other perks that come with it. So this is actually one of my favorite cards. You can also go under their filters. They have a travel card section, they have a cash back section, business cards, reward cards. They do a really good job of laying out all the details for you in a nice table. That way, with all of these top cards they're suggesting, you can see it all and compare everything side by side. It's really easy. So when you're ready to get started, all you do is go look at the details, figure out what's best for you, and sign up. Boom, you've done credit card churning. If you want to do this in a recurring way and maximize your time and your value, then you probably will want to open a card every 3 months or even every month. Just make sure that you pay close attention to your credit score and consider whether you're going to be taking out any loans in the near future. Just pulling up one of the cards that I have, I can see that they have a $50,000 bonus point reward when you meet the minimum spend requirement of $4,000 in purchases in the first 3 months. For me, the $550 annual fee was actually something that seemed ridiculous at first until I started adding up all the value that comes out of it. The first thing is I really wanted to travel, and it comes with a $300 annual travel credit. So really that has that same value to me. So I can subtract that from the $550, and to me it's actually going to cost $250. Then I want to compare all the other perks, think about how valuable those are to me. And if the annual fee is greater than what those perks cost, then it's probably not a good decision for me to make that card. Because I'm getting all these perks like lounge access, $0 delivery fee on DoorDash, extra points on Lyft rides. In fact, you get Lyft Pink for 2 years, I think. Extended warranties and all kinds of other stuff. On top of that $50,000 bonus points, it was very, very worth it to me. I'm considering in the near future downgrading this card and opening the premium, but one of the other cool perks about this card is although you have these 50,000 points, I actually have 133,000 just on my reserve right now, but this $50,000 point bonus, when used correctly, will actually be worth 1.5 that, which is 75,000 bonus points. So before we get too far into this, it's important to understand why credit card companies would do this in the first place. Credit card companies actually make a lot of money. Every time you swipe your card or buy something online, merchants have to pay for that transaction to the credit card company. But the way they're really making their money is on your debt by charging ridiculous amounts. I've seen 17% all the way up to 22 or even 23%, which is crazy. According to TransUnion, the average credit card debt for anyone in the US is just under $8,000, and the average for a Californian is a little over $9,000. But if you can open a credit card, never pay interest, take advantage of the sign-up bonus, then there's a lot to gain, and it can be done for free. If you like the idea of free travel, free money, or just free stuff, then this is an option for you. Now, if you want to get the most value out of it, it can get very advanced, but it doesn't have to be. It can be as simple as opening one credit card and getting the sign-up bonus. So anyone can do this. It can be very simple. And if you decide later that you want to try opening more or trying different strategies to get more value, then you can do that over time. But to get started, it's super easy. When you start getting into the more advanced side to get more value, there's things you need to do to stay organized. So you may be creating calendar events, stacking cards to move points around, or even things like manufactured spending, which I don't necessarily recommend unless you really know what you're doing. Let me know in the comments if you want to know what level of churner that I am and what strategies I'm doing to maximize my return. So who should avoid this? If you have any credit card debt at all, or just any type of debt that is not under control, then you should really stay away from this. This requires financial discipline, and this could just dig you in a deeper hole. So pay off your debt first, and then you can move on to this. So if you're thinking about credit card churning, then here's a few guidelines. 1, never spend money that you don't have. This should be common knowledge to everyone, but apparently it's not. Just don't spend money that you don't have. The main way to get value out of this is by meeting the minimum spend requirement. So evaluate how much money you spend in 1, 2, or 3 months, and then compare it to the minimum spend requirement of the credit card that you're looking at. And if you spend that much already, then this is a free way for you to get that without changing anything. Number 2 is never carry a balance. At the end of every month, if you have money on your credit cards, that will have some impact on your score, and that's when they're charging you interest. So if you pay all your cards off to 0, then it will never cost you anything. I don't know why everyone thinks you need to carry a balance on your card to improve your score. That's purely a myth. Pay them all off to 0. Number 3, don't do this if you're about to take out a loan. This will have a small impact on your credit score temporarily. So if you're going to take out a loan on a house or buy a car, then this could actually impact your interest rate, which will in turn cost you money later. So hold off, take out your loan, and then after a month or 2, check your credit score, and then you can start opening cards. And the fourth guideline is avoid canceling your cards. If the cards are free and you don't want to be using it, then just take it out of your wallet and put it in your closet or something. And if you're using a card with an annual fee, evaluate whether the points you're getting from that card are worth your while and if they have value to you. Or if not, then you could consider downgrading the card to a no annual fee card. So that's also something to look for when you're signing up for cards. If you cancel a card, this will close the account, decrease the amount of credit available to you, which will increase your credit card utilization, and thus it will lower your credit score. So if you do this today, you could just spend like you already were, but on this new account, meet the minimum spend requirement, take in that reward, use it as cash, travel, whatever you want to do, and nothing else changes. It didn't really use up any of your time. And if it becomes a hobby for you, like it did for me, this could make you thousands and thousands of dollars. I plan on making videos about my approach and my strategy, but if you want to get started today, I recommend look up Ask Sebi. He's one of the YouTubers where I've learned tons of stuff about credit cards and churning and whatnot. And if you want to know about my strategy, look up the Chase Trifecta. That's how I got started, but now I've branched off into opening other cards for hotels and different airlines. If you found this video helpful, make sure you optimize that like button and click subscribe to support the channel, especially if you want to see more. Later, I'll be making more videos about bank account churning, more travel hacks to save on flights and hotels, and more ways to optimize your life. We'll see you next week.